right, folks, welcome back. You're listening to Racer Radio right here on FM 96.1, AM 1170. The answer. All right. Hey, we got Britney Sandoval on the line. Hi, Britney. How are you?
Good afternoon. How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing wonderful. You know, I'm glad you called in because we talked the other day, and you had hooked up with an RV company for your road trips. Tell us how that all came together.
Yeah, you know, I hear it periodically on your show, and sponsorship is so important, and it can be more than just, here's money. Here's a bag of money. Do what you want with it. And in this case, about February, when I was getting serious about traveling this year, I was pricing out how the heck I was going to get there because I don't have a reliable truck. So I actually priced out renting a truck, renting a U-Haul, renting an Expedition, a minivan, and I went to Cruise America to see if I could haul around in some real comfort. And I'll tell you what, the only thing cheaper than Cruise America was a minivan. I'm not even kidding. So I thought, hey, I'm going to start booking this. And as I was adding all the dates and miles, the price was adding up. And so I just threw it out there. So to anybody else that's racing out there, just throw it out there. I said, hey, does the owner happen to like race cars? And Chuck in Spring Valley, who I was working with, he goes, why do you ask? I said, well, here's what these dates are all about. So I didn't know the contact he was giving me was actually the CEO of Cruise America. So I hit him up, and he said, you know, I think I'm going to help you out. So I was like, hey, deal.
Well, you know, it's funny you should say that because a few years back doing another motorsports show, a buddy of mine came in, and he had a trailer, but every time he needed to go someplace, he didn't have a truck. So he would go down he went to Enterprise, rented the truck for the weekend, and he says, Dave, it was, other than fuel, he said it was so inexpensive, he could not believe it. And I'm sure Cruise America is the same way.
Yeah, what I learned about Cruise America, the earlier you lock in the rates, the cheaper the rate. And then they always have some sort of special, like buy 3 days, get a fourth free, or every other month I'm seeing half mileage. So the rates were already good.
Wow.
And like I said, a minivan was the only thing cheaper. And just to have a getaway, you know, racing sometimes is hurry up, wait, hurry up, wait. So to be able to crawl into my little bed and kick it or have a cold drink out of the refrigerator. And like I said, I'm working with Chuck down in Spring Valley, and I show up, and he's got all the fuel ready, the propane's ready, it's clean. He's always got a smile on his face, and so it's really good. And I got him on my car on both sides, running it, and I have an open trailer, so everybody's seeing the Cruise America motorhome and then the race car with Cruise America on it. I imagine it's a sight to be seen if you've never seen that before.
No, and I've always thought that was a perfect way to go it, you know, with an RV. I mean, that's the best way to go to a track.
Oh, it's so nice, and I just couldn't afford to buy one, but I don't have to maintain it. You know, it's always clean and new and up to par with maintenance. So I'm really happy with this relationship.
How big an RV did you get? I'm just curious.
I started with the medium size, which is actually perfect because there are three of us. One of the times they didn't have the medium, Chuck's like, sorry, I'm going to have to give you the large one. And I was like, I'm fine with that. But the medium one actually is perfect for the three of us. So I don't know if I'm sorry if it's 24 or 27 feet, but it's perfect. It's nimble. It's just working out so well.
Well, and that's huge. I mean, that's the important thing. And like you said, it's a fairly new, if not a brand new coach, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's in great shape, and it can haul. I mean, my dad says it feels like the trailer's not even behind us. So it's doing well. Yeah. But, you know, I was thinking when we were, you know, planning this, sponsorship can come in so many shapes and forms. You know, so if there's anybody out there that's thinking I want to be a part of racing, but I don't have that bag of money, I don't want to drive. I was just thinking how there's just so many other ways you could be involved. I know Michelle right now is helping out with a team, and she's running back and forth, checking up the lineup, or just helping to clean off the tires when it's really muddy, or if there's like artists out there that want to help build a website or a Facebook page. I had a good friend, he moved to Colorado, but Josh Cochran used to race with us, and his wife was a talented artist, and he'd come back with the coolest paint jobs. There's just so many ways to be involved.
Interesting. Yeah, well, you're right. And then, like I said, the other thing with the RV companies like who you're hooked up, Cruise America, you can move around. You don't have to get a smaller coach. You can get a larger one if you want. Because don't they have all sizes?
Yes, they do. And I think the one we're in can hold up to 5, and that's why with just the 3 of us, it's perfect. The larger one, I think, is up to 8, and it's the seats that turn into the bed are really comfortable. It was really nice padding. When we were cruising home after racing all weekend, I just locked on the seatbelt, but then laid down and it was a nice way to roll around America. That's the other thing that's awesome is I'm seeing all these new places. As far as a driver, it's exciting with different tracks. But my mom and dad and I are seeing all these beautiful different parts of the western side. This is the western states that I'm running. But I haven't been to Oregon, but next year I can say I have been.
Oh, really?
Going up to Quincy this week. We're going up to Quincy on Wednesday, and it's just going to be gorgeous. And when we go to Petaluma, I think we're coming home via Napa Valley. So,
and you're going to do this all, and you're going to do this all with a Cruise America RV?
Yeah, that's the plan. I and what I mentioned earlier about the rates, what I've learned is if you lock it in earlier, you lock in a lower rate. So when he told me that, I locked in all through September because they're all locked in. Of course, supply and demand.
Sure.
The summer and vacation, they are going to charge more. But I already locked in the lower rate because I locked them all in February. And he said, as long as you tell me, because I said, well, I don't know how this is going to go. By mid-season, I might be changing my mind. He says, just tell me 7 days before and we'll be okay.
All right.
Yeah. They're very easy to work with.
So what does it normally run a day? Just a rough estimate.
Oh, I would say I'm going to throw out there $100 a day.
Okay. Well, that's way, and for three people, that's cheaper than a hotel.
I know. When we went out to Cocoa Paw, and just the convenience on top of it. But, I wrote it all down. That's back at home. But it chopped up to be like $100 a day on my first trip. I remember just itemizing it. And, instead of having to go back and forth with the hotel, to have the convenience between races, it has a shower, it has the toilet, and the refrigerator and the freezer and the 3-burner stove and a microwave. Hello. I didn't think I would have a microwave.
Yeah.
It has a microwave.
Well, and
the heater works well.
How well did it tow your race car?
My dad says he doesn't even know it's back there. And there's not a window out the back, so when he says that, my little heart flutters. I'm like, okay.
Oh, by the way, your race car's gone. No.
Yeah.
That is so.
Yeah, I'm kind of attached to that little 37. Well, it's been a great partnership.
And plus, you look cool rolling into a racetrack. Got your RV all decked out. You look like one of the big drivers.
Oh boy, it's crazy what some of those things look like that roll in.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's legit and it's comfortable. And I have, I sure have this affinity for bacon. I now know I cannot race without my bacon.
What? You have an affinity for bacon?
Now that I have this convenient little kitchenette, for the 3 of us, we travel with 3 pounds of bacon.
3 pounds of bacon.
Yes, I'm not exaggerating at all to the point where now I even admitted it. It's just so nice. I stood up in bed, and there's the bacon and coffee. And then we talk setup. I learned that about my crew chief at the last race.
Bacon
Don't talk about
and coffee. I don't think I've heard that before.
Oh, bacon's wonderful. I learned the hard way. Don't talk to the crew chief about major setup changes before bacon and coffee. That was my biggest lesson that I wrote in my journal after Merced.
That is so funny. Hey, Brittany, how do people follow you around?
Britney ThirtySeven. BritneyThirtySeven. Spell it out in Facebook.
All right, kiddo. Well, you're going to be the world traveler this season because I know you're going to all kinds of different tracks. And if anybody needs to help you out with sponsorship, just go to that site.
Yeah, go to Britney 37 and hit me up through Messenger on Facebook, and we'll be cruising America this year. All
right. Well, we'll see if we can't get you a bacon sponsorship.
Oh, my gosh. I've got the future farmers over at Oak Top. I should hit them up.
Oh, go get them, Tiger. All right. Thanks a lot. Hey, thank you for bailing me out today, kid. You're the best.
Yeah, no problem. You take care, man.
All right. Hey, folks, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Gun Sports Radio right here on FM 96.1 AM 1170. The Answer.
Some trails are happy ones. Others are blue.
Racer Radio on AM 1170 The Answer is sponsored by Love Radio Network.